If anyone here has ever watched my CC1, you would know that in the past, I was a quiet one. Well, quieter. I had a hard time expressing myself. When I got enrolled in UBD, I decided to get over my shyness. I went around, trying to find something I could do, visiting clubs here and there, until I found something that piqued my interest. I started visiting them weekly, and I was so impressed by how friendly the environment is. And their aim was so that people can improve on their public speaking skills. So after weeks of visiting, I decided to give in and join, and why not? I like interacting with the audience. I have some experience on stage, and I've been told that I have some stage presence. And how do you do? When I did join, I was welcomed by very colorful characters. And from then on, I've done roles here and there, and I've met lots of new friends. Yes, you guys have guessed it. I'm talking about UBD to AM 1402, Introduction to Theater Studies. That was supposed to be funny. You guys probably guessed that already. So original, right? So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people in between. So I bet you're all wondering, why am I talking about this topic? A UBD module? Is there nothing else you can talk about? Whoa there, calm down, calm down. There's a reason why I wanted to talk about this topic. This module isn't like any other module here in UBD. This module is an experience. And I would gladly share my experience about how the reason I decided to join to our usual activities in class and the lessons I've learned from these experiences. So, why did I suddenly get interested in drama and theater? Well, it happened last year when I was volunteering for a production, Voices Within, a production made by the students of AM 1401, Introduction to Drama. And I was awestruck. I was very impressed. There were 5 plays altogether, and each one was tear-jerking as dark as the rest. We're not lying. Anyways, during the play, they touched on themes such as autism, Down syndrome, blindness, disability, ADHD, parental abuse, drug abuse, AIDS, very dark themes. But not all was dark. There are definitely some steamy scenes that make the audience go, woo, it's sad. You know, the usual Brunei reaction. And me and my friend were back there and were like, so, I was so impressed, I wanted to be part of this production. So I gathered all my boldness and took the module this semester, AM 142, Introduction to Theater. And when I took it, no regrets. When I first came into the lecture, the room was filled with different people from familiar faces to new. In our first activity, it was an icebreaker. We were supposed to be arranged in a circle, and each one of us had to introduce ourselves alongside a memorable action. For example, Diana, I'm Daly, I'm Mike. And of course for me, I did the weird word and went, hey, I'm Dylan. Yeah, I guess you guys have guessed it. I was the weird one of the 26. So other than that, we spent the whole day doing other activities like football and name dancing, which I'm not going to do because I've already embarrassed myself enough. For the next classes, we did some acting activities like voice projection, character building, thinking exercises, body movement. All were very worthwhile and fun activities. But it was not all fun games. No. We had our own responsibilities as students too. We have exams, we have grades, and we also have something called function groups in our circle. You see, to produce a play or a musical needs a lot of work. So the 26 of us were divided into these function groups. For example, front of house, treasurer, media team, technical team, logistics. I was the co-treasurer, just so you know. And of course, we also have the play, the thing we've all been practicing for all this time. So, our lecturer envisioned a play themed with our lecturer envisioned a multicultural play revolving around fabric. We were split into 5 groups: Bollywood, Malay, French, American, and Chinese. I was in an American group, and I played